Hello, everyone. First, congrats to organizers for the 10th anniversary and also for such an interesting event. I also thank you for opportunity so I can present the practice which helps us detect and solving violence-based problems among children, primary school children in our country. I will begin with a little bit of history, not so distant one. Back in 2002, we became a part of the consortium of the Reboot Now project, international project, which was financed by the European Commission. And the goal of this project was to support the recovery of children after the post-COVID period, because we all know that there were certain vulnerable groups, and children were among those who had a lot of psychological issues regarding pandemic. And this was the main task, but also we focused on the in detecting all forms of violence among those children. So we chose two schools in which this project was piloted. One was in a capital and one was in a more rural area in the municipality where our institute is based. Our target group were children between 9 or 10 and 15 years old, school staff and parents. The aim was to set up a help desk which would be run by external professionals, psychologists, and they will be available to children for 8 hours per week for different topics of conversations. We managed to implement this help desk. We also had accompanying activities such as workshops and events with the purpose to raise awareness about the mental health issues and violence among children. Our biggest concern was related to, I don't know how to put this into words, stigma or fear or being ashamed of visiting psychologists, which is very present among children in our country. So we decided that we have to think about how to enter the school, how to present this to children. So we organize workshops for each classroom, where these workshops were run by these 3 professionals who were running help desk, and the aim was to get to know children with mental health issues, then with the violence, and to get to know this help desk and to get to know those professionals. This was very good and very successful, but the second thing was how to convince children to attend, to go to this help desk. So we ask school psychologists that they send children who already have recognized issues regarding behavior or, I don't know, mental health and things like that. So these children were sent to the help desk, and then after 2 or 3 weeks, the word of mouth started to spread among them, because we all know that the best recommendation is from someone who you know or is your friend. So this was very successful, because at the end of the day, I think there was 2 weeks period of waiting for the appointment at this help desk. I forgot also to mention that this project was child-centered. By this I mean that we organized and established a youth advisory board consisting of 4 children aged between 15 and 20 years old, and we consulted them for every activity we wanted to implement in school, because, you know, in a lot of cases it happens that we as adults think what is the best for child, but as it turns out, in our case at least, this was very different perspective of the children, so they helped us to improve all those activities. Here are some results from those two schools, piloting schools. Both schools are the same size. This means that 300 children is attending those schools. As you can see, between the period from November 2022 and June 2023, there were like 191 children. How can I say? Not the individual children, but appointments, in which were included some children who were frequent users, some children who came only once, and in the other school there were 114. We didn't have any data about the violence or frequency of violence in schools before we entered them. We just had the conversations with the school staff. But when we got the results, at the end of our piloting, we saw that the main thing, because of this thing came children to seek help to those professionals, were different forms of violence. Only a lower amount of children or share of children came because of the psychological or mental health issues or some other kind of not violence-related issues. As I said before, we didn't have any data, prior data, preliminary data from schools regarding violence, but after those conversations, after the piloting, school staff said that the climate of the schools changed. It became more positive. There were not many incidents regarding violence and things like that. So they approached us and asked us if there is any chance to prolong this activity. But as we all know, when the project ends, the financing stops, so we are at the beginning. But we approach municipality in one case, where our institute is located, that municipality. We also present the project to the ombudsman, human rights ombudsman in Slovenia, which he found it very interesting and needed. So we organized so-called lobbying meetings with the municipality, ombudsman, school principals, and one center, which is established by the municipality, intended for psychological help to children. These meetings were very successful, which turned out that municipality was willing to finance the project for the year 2024 and now also 2025. We are not involved anymore in this activity, this practice. That psychological center took over, and they spread this help desk also to other schools. Now it's implemented in it was implemented in 24 in 7 schools, but with September, with new school year, 4 other schools were added. And now they are also negotiating they are in conversation with the secondary school, so the practice will start to spread also among older children. So far, I have some results. Help desk is not available anymore for 8 hours per week, but it's from 2 to 5 hours, depends on school. Still is external staff. This also our young advisory board suggested us to bring external staff instead of, some principals, they have an idea that if one teacher, I don't know, maybe of geography, if he has a lack of hours, he can go for an hour or 2 in this help desk and talk with children. But we are not very fond of this. The most common problems are still violence, all kinds of violence. And also, this help desk was improved. This practice was improved in a way that when these professionals, these psychologists, they find out that in one classroom is, I don't know, major issue is some kind of maybe a certain kind of violence, they implement a workshop with this classroom, with all these children on this topic. So, you know, that things are also solving in that way. And the climate of the class is improving. So this is all from me. Thank you for your attention. If you have any further questions, I'm available during the lunch. Thank you.